This is a story from India, from the court of Vijayanagara. It is about Tenali Ramakrishna, poet, scholar, advisor to the great king Krishna Devaraya of Vijayanagara, and the wittiest man in a court full of very clever people. He was also, it must be said, extremely fond of milk. The kingdom had a problem. Rats everywhere, nibbling through grain stores, papers, clothes, the kind of quiet catastrophe that builds slowly until it cannot be ignored. The king summoned his ministers. A solution was found quickly, as solutions often are when nobody has thought them all the way through. Every household in the kingdom would be given a cat to hunt the rats. "But cats need milk," said another minister, "and the poor cannot afford it." So every household would also be given a cow to feed the cat that would hunt the rats. The king was pleased, the ministers were pleased, the cows and cats were distributed. Everyone waited for the plan to work. The cats drank milk every day. Warm, fresh, abundant. They grew sleek and fat and deeply, profoundly uninterested in rats. Tenali Ramakrishna watched all of this with the quiet attention of a man who has noticed something that everyone else has missed and is waiting for exactly the right moment to say so. One evening, he boiled a bowl of milk and placed it in front of his cat while it was still scalding hot. The cat, who had never met a bowl of milk it didn't love, rushed over immediately, took one enthusiastic lick, and fled. Tenali poured himself a large bowl of milk and enjoyed it very much. Tenali repeated this the next day and the day after that, until the cat, a formerly optimistic animal, would now leave the room entirely at the sight of a bowl. Some weeks later, the rats had not gone anywhere. The cats were simply too comfortable to care. The king called his court. He decided to hold a competition to find the most remarkable cat in the kingdom. He would reward handsomely the cat that could do something no other cat had ever done. The courtiers arrived with their cats. Fat, glossy, extremely well-fed cats, all of them very pleased with themselves. The king ordered golden bowls of milk brought in, and the moment the milk arrived, every single cat in the room launched itself towards it. A magnificent, undignified, unanimous stampede. Every cat except one. Tenali's cat took one look at the bowl and walked in the opposite direction. The court fell silent. Tenali smiled. "Your Majesty," he said, "my cat has done what no other cat has done." The king stared at the retreating cat and then at Tenali. "How did you train it to refuse milk?" Tenali explained, calmly, completely, about the hot milk, the burned tongue, and the new understanding of the world that the cat had been living with ever since. The king laughed, and then he stopped laughing and looked at his ministers, because he had just understood something else entirely. A cat that is given everything it needs has no reason to hunt. A law that goes against the nature of things will never hold. The ministers were asked to think again. Tenali was rewarded handsomely. His cat got nothing. This story has been told in India for 500 years. It is not just because it is funny, although it is very funny. It is because Tenali understood something the ministers had completely missed. You cannot solve a problem by working against the nature of what you are trying to help. You have to work with it. The cats were not lazy. They were simply not hungry. I'll leave you with one question today. Where in your life are you feeding the cat when what you actually need is to let it hunt? This has been The Long Thread, ancient stories for the present moment. Tomorrow, another thread.